Hi, I hope everybody is doing well. I have another story for you. And this one is actually, I think, two stories. And it's about Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. So the first part of the story I'm going to show you. You see the lady there in the dark robe? Well, she is making bread. Back this up so you can see all the other pictures on it. And the insert that they have before I read the actual story tells about the household tasks that the women in Jesus's time had to do. And one of them was Martha, who had her own home, and she worked very, very hard. One of her household duties included making bread and preparing the meals. Women rose at daybreak to begin the bread making. Flour was mixed with water and salt and then kneaded into dough. And sometimes yeast was added to make the dough rise. The dough was pressed into a flat, rounded shape. And one method of baking it was to spread the dough on a hot metal sheet supported by stones and placed over a fire, as in the picture that I had showed you. They did this every day. If they wanted to have bread, they had to make it themselves from scratch. They didn't go to the store like we do. So as the story begins, it's telling about Jesus arriving in a village called Bethany, and which was not far from Jerusalem, and he was invited to the house of Mary and Martha, who were sisters. Mary sat at Jesus's feet, listening as he talked, while Martha scurried around preparing all the food. After a while, she began to resent the fact that her sister was doing nothing to help. "It's not right, Lord, that Mary should sit at your feet while I do all the work," she said to Jesus. "But Mary is wise," Jesus gently told her. "It is more important to listen to my teaching, as she does, than to worry like you about the affairs of the house." The two sisters had a brother called Lazarus, and a little while after Jesus had left the town, Lazarus got very, very sick. And Martha and Mary sent word to Jesus begging him to come and save their brother's life. The message reached Jesus as he was talking to his disciples. "Lazarus is sleeping," he said. "I will go and awaken him." But he remained where he was for several days before returning to Bethany. As he approached the sister's house, Martha, in tears, ran out to meet him. "If only you had been here, Lord, my brother would not have died." "Your brother shall rise from death. You must have faith and believe what I have taught you of the resurrection of the dead." Mary, too, came out to Jesus, weeping as if her heart would break. When he saw the strength of her grief, he was deeply moved. "Where has Lazarus been laid?" he asked her. Accompanied by relatives that were mourning his death, she led them all to the tomb, which was in a cave, its mouth sealed by a heavy stone. "Take away the stone," said Jesus. With difficulty, the stone was rolled to one side. "Lazarus, arise." To everyone's astonishment, Lazarus, his head and body covered in white linen of his shroud, walked out of the cave. It was as Jesus had said. The dead man had been brought back to life, as if simply awakened from sleep. So I'm going to show you these pictures again. If I can get this right by the camera. So the one side is showing, like I talked about, them making bread. And then on the bottom, this is Mary, and she's sitting at Jesus's feet. And then on the other side of the picture here, that's where you see, maybe I'll do that, that's a little better. That's where you see that Mary and Martha are weeping to Jesus. They're so sad about their brother. And then this is when Lazarus comes out of the cave. Very cool story. I hope you are all well, and I hope to see you very soon.